And welcome back to the Boss Ravioli Queens, your favorite three caregivers here. Nicole Ravioli.
Oh, I guess that's me. Boss Lady Amy.
And Jasmine the Queen.
I don't know how many times we have to go over this.
Well, I still
This bitch is always going to be last.
That's true.
Unless I start the episode.
Fact.
I always hear the old recording in my head, so then I'm always like, it's weird because it's off. It's off. It's not right, but it's fine.
This episode is called Pet Lovin' because we're going to talk about our pets and how much they are...
Help us.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say how much they stress us out and help us.
Mm-hmm.
Both. It's
Really
both. So my dog's name is Toby. He's a black lab and he's almost...
Or Tobins or Tobias or Tobers.
Or Tobertha.
Tobert. Toblerone. I have so many names for him. Did you say Tobertha?
Yeah, that's what Amy calls him.
Buddy, I'm sorry. I don't know why you like her. Anyways, so Toby is an ESA for me. I've had him since I was married. So like 5-6 years. Actually longer. 7 years, I think. Something like that time range. He is a special boy. He's wonderful, but half the time he's like aloof and doesn't know what's going on. And the other half of the time he's just like in your face and I want attention now. And then Jasmine's dog is like, fuck you. No, I get all the attention.
My dog's
She is
an attention
the
whore.
perfect dog for her.
Literally.
They are the same person.
Yeah. My Izzy's the queen.
Mm-hmm. She even pisses you off, so that's saying something.
Mm-hmm.
She's the queen of the castle, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. She thinks.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, my dog's name is Izzy. I put a middle name. I call her Izzy Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not go into the real bad ones, please.
Sometimes I call her Dizzy Izzy, or sometimes I call her Jizzy, or I call her Jizzy Sugar Tits.
So much for not going into the bad ones.
Sometimes I'll call her Iz. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
She's got lots of names.
Mm-hmm. I call her Iz.
You've seen her a few times on some of the episodes when she kind of noses her
the
way in here.
Before.
Mm-hmm.
She's psycho.
She's got one eye now because she got this weird infection, which sucks. But anyways, I've had her for about 6 years already, which is crazy to me. Actually, she ended up not originally being mine. My mom was actually looking for a puppy, and she found Izzy with a breeder and got her because she looked like our past dog, which was also like a border collie. And she was just like super high energy and stuff, and my mom just couldn't like handle her at the time with all the energy that she had. So then I'm like, I'll come pick her up or whatever, and I went and picked her up, and obviously like I fell in love with her, so she is my dog now. But
oh, I didn't really get into the backstory on Tobes.
Oh yeah, not really. You kind of said along. But let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
And then, so basically took her home and basically fell in love with her. And she's definitely a goofball. I think one of my favorite stories from her was her first winter. She didn't understand the concept of ice. And I let her out, and she would run to the dog park that was like near my apartment. And she went and tried to run to the gate, and as she tried to stop at the gate, she did not stop. She slid into the snow pile.
Very easy.
I was laughing so hard I was crying.
I could just see it.
Yep.
I feel like now that would be a tad more sad with her eye.
Or the first time I took her out in the rain. oh my God. So I took her out and it was just downpouring. But I'm like, you have to go. Like, you've been at home for like 8 hours. Like, I know you have to go pee. And I like plopped her down in the grass as a puppy, and she like was just getting downpoured on, and she kind of looks up at me and she's like, "You're joking, right?" And she just would not go. And honestly, luckily, I kind of lived in a shitty apartment, so like when she got back inside, she just peed in the hallway, and I'm like, whatever. I was like, she went.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, you can talk about Toby.
So I got Toby as a rescue because someone who was like my second mom at the time was like, hey, I had this friend and she's MIA. She left, like abandoned her house, which she was renting anyway. And they left the dog behind. Do you and douchebag want him? So I asked douchebag and we went to go and see him at her house. And from then on, he was ours. Mine, though, because douchebag, I don't think really wanted him in the first place.
Here's Izzy.
Yep.
Tobes can't do that anymore.
He can, he just doesn't want to.
Okay.
He got joint issues.
Does he now? He doesn't show it when he's jumping up and down to go outside.
Oh, he definitely does. If not, like the way he hops here is nothing compared to how he used to hop at my old house. Like our door frame is probably just about as tall as the one I had at my house, and he could reach the top of that one. He would kangaroo jacket.
See, she's winking at you, everybody.
Oh, my dog's old now. It makes me sad.
She's getting old, and I'm like, I feel like I just got her sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that about my cat too.
Also,
So fast.
I spoke incorrectly. My dog's 11 now, not 10. I'm used to calling him 10, but he's not anymore.
I know, I'm used to calling Izzy
He's
5.
an old
and she's...
man.
No, she's going to be 6 this year. Yeah, she's going to be 6 this year.
Yeah, I suppose we should talk about my pets.
May 12th. Her birthday.
I don't know when Toby's birthday actually is, so I just count December because that's when Dipshit and I got him.
May 12th of 2018.
Wow.
So she's like almost 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I know.
So before I get into my pets, we just wanted to talk a little bit about how we're having some shitty shit going on right now.
Well, y'all found out about most of mine last episode.
So, if you see less content from us, that's why. Because we're all a little bit stressy, depressy.
Kind of like seem buried right now or whatever, and trying to dig our way back out again.
Yeah.
Because that's how...
Like we've all done 10,000 times already in our very short lives.
Because that's how life is now.
And we're trying. And like, even though we're not putting out as much content as we like to,
I literally miss living comfortably.
Yeah, we're still putting it out, and that's what matters. Because I feel like all three of us want to just like take a break for a while, but we're not going to.
No.
So we're still here. We're just...
You guys will still have an episode every Tuesday.
Just beaten down a little bit.
We're here. Most of us are queer.
But we're hanging in there. Anyway, on to my pets. So I have 2. I have a cat and a dog. My cat's name is Charlie, and my dog's name is Oscar. And let me tell you, we missed the mark because Charlie looks just like Garfield, and Oscar looks just like Odie. So we really should have named them Oscar. We should have named them
Garfield and Odie.
Yes, but let me tell you, yeah, they're both psychotic. So Charlie is 7, 8. We've had him
Really?
we've had him for 7 years.
Oh, the cat, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yes, Oscar is.
I was like, Oscar is still pretty little.
He will be 2 in April. So.
And it's hilarious because his head is disproportionate to his body.
Yeah.
He's like a little barrel with legs.
So he is a Border Collie Chihuahua mix, and he's tiny, but he's stacked. But he's got a really small head. That's from the Chihuahua part.
It's hilarious. He's a bitch chihuahua.
He is like, when you're looking at him, he looks like this little tank. And then you see his head. His poor little head is just so not right for his body.
I can't get over it, but he's a bitch chihuahua now.
He's just... Yeah. And then, so he's going to be 2 in April, and then Charlie is 7 going on 8.
Hand me the tissue box for a second. This is Oscar. Literally.
He is, that's true.
It is true.
Poor dog. Doesn't have it easy.
And he's got such little legs.
But he's long. He's like,
I've got a big head and little arms.
This thing was not out very well.
Master.
but anyway, so I got Charlie. So you know that meme where it's like dog owners paid thousands of dollars and they prep for years, and then the cat's like, I found him in the trash.
Yeah.
So when I lived in a certain place, I had an alley behind my house, and it was kind of like the unspoken, like everyone in the city knew that the alley behind my house in that part of town was Pet Dump Central. Like that's where you went if you wanted to get rid of a pet quick and easy. And so I was working knock shift, and for like an entire summer, basically, I kept seeing this cat, and he kept hanging out underneath my car, and he would sleep there during the day. And then we would hear him like at night. And so like kind of as a joke at first, I was like, I'm gonna get that cat. Like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get that cat.
Can I pet that dog?
And so actually, so I was living above my grandma at the time and my aunt, because they lived together. And they already had a cat that they rescued from the same alley. And so they were like, hey, you know, we're looking for this cat. If you see him, like, bring him to us. We want to take him in. And the cat that they had already looked exactly like my cat, just a bigger version. So we're pretty sure that that was his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So one day, he was just underneath my car, and I had to go do something. And so I didn't want to run him over, obviously. So I'm like, shoo, kitty, shoo. And then he like jumped into a bush like next to my car. And so I'm like, I went to go check on him to make sure that he was okay. And he's just like, just chilling, just letting me pet him. And I'm like, so I put my hand out, and then he literally just like hopped into my arms. And I'm like,
and you're like, hey, you're coming home with me.
So originally I went and I knocked on my grandma's door, and I like pounded on it, and they weren't home. So I like ran around to the front. They weren't home. So I told my, well, now husband, boyfriend at the time, I ran him upstairs, and I was like, we're just going to hang on to him until they get home. And then, I don't know, the more he was hanging out with us, I was kind of like, I like this cat. And then, so we took him in, and I had off that night, so I stayed with him. And then, in the I think it was the next night that I had off because I had gone to work, and that's right. And then, so I came home, and the cat was outside. He had been waiting for me to come home. And so I went upstairs, and I was like, what the heck? Like, why did you let him out? And my husband was like, well, he was screaming. Like, he was literally like howling, and he was hissing at me, like he wasn't happy. And he's like, I thought he needed to go back outside. So he let him out, and then I was like, well, surprise, he waited for me, so I brought him back in. And so again, like, I hadn't seen what my husband was talking about previously. He had been like just a love bug with me. And then the cat started doing that. And I was like, what's going on? So then I kind of figured, I was like, I wonder when was the last time he went to the bathroom. And obviously, since he was outdoors, he didn't know that indoor cats use a litter box. So I put him in the litter box, and right away he used the bathroom, and I was like, that was it. Right afterwards, he was the happiest cat ever. He just didn't know where to go to the bathroom. And then
he was pissy because he had to poop.
It's true, he did. He took a giant dump right after. So then that was it. After that, he was ours, and we have had him since August of 2017.
Since before Zeke was born.
He is older than my son. And then, so Oscar, we just have wanted a dog for a really long time. And then, so we started applying to shelters everywhere, and this was the first place that got back to us. And we like specifically stated no puppies, like we want a trained adult dog. And then the shelter. So the shelter was like, well, we don't have that, but do you want this 4-month-old puppy? And I was like,
oh, okay, that makes
no.
more sense now. Like, you got him as like.
Oh, no. So basically they were like, well, here's the deal. We don't have any dogs matching what you want right now. There's no saying when we will. And they were the only shelter that had gotten back to us. And we applied to a lot of shelters, and they were the only ones. So they were like, take him or leave him. Like, he's yours if you want him. So I was like, I don't really want to.
Better not.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, so then I went and saw him, and I was like, but he's so cute. And then she was like, do you want him? And I was like, yeah.
And then they took him home, and he wasn't cute anymore because he pissed and shit everywhere all the time. And
he
destroyed
does,
the garbage.
but he's still cute.
That's what saves him.
So technically we actually ended up fostering him for a month because they, I don't know, something that like we couldn't actually adopt him yet, but they needed him out of the shelter because they were already way past capacity and they just couldn't take him. And so we ended up fostering him for a month, and then we officially adopted him a month later. And they didn't even charge us for him. They were like, take him. We don't want it. Like, wasn't that they didn't want it, but they
Red
just
flag.
They just
Red flag.
they didn't have the capacity for him, and they were super short staffed, so they were like, just take him.
I mean, my mom's dog is kind of a psycho too. I swear that dog loves me more than her.
She absolutely
Ruby?
does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 10 out of 10.
Every time my mom's dog sees me or whatever, I'm the only thing that matters. Nobody else matters.
Mm-hmm. She goes psycho when she sees
I
you.
know.
She'll give a shit about me or like Amy or a new person for like, I don't know, 5 minutes, and then it's all Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
She's a cute dog, but she's a pain in the ass.
She's a little tank too.
Yeah,
She is.
Even with Izzy being fatter now, I'm still pretty sure Ruby's fatter.
Probably.
She's fucking scary.
She's dense.
She is. I would be afraid if I saw her coming at me. Like,
She's
and I
a
didn't
date.
know that she was really friendly.
They
Yeah.
actually think that she might be mixed with a little bit of pity.
That would make
You
sense.
don't say.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Either that or boxer, one of the
Yeah,
two.
something like
Her
that.
face gives very
yeah,
pretty
Because
vibes.
she
I feel-
gives like, yeah, she gives like the pit bull face,
Like
but
pit
she's
bull,
like,
bulldog. Sort
she's
of.
like small, like kind of like a wiener dog though, like the size.
She's built though.
She's
And she's
like
muscular.
built, very
Her
muscular.
legs are like fucking solid.
She's super cute though.
She is. She's such a sweetheart.
I don't even know if my mom has a picture of her.
Oh, I also feel like part of the reason that I was like so in love with Oscar too was because they told me that he was supposed to get up to 40 pounds. He's like 17 at the very most.
Which is saying something because he's a little roly-poly.
So at first, they told us that he was a, what did they think he was?
She looks like a derp right here. I don't even know.
Here, I can.
You gotta be like the beauty YouTuber circa 2014.
Can you see?
Yeah, she looks like a little derp.
She do. Oh my god, so much Toby hair.
And my mom got her finger in the picture. That's why I assumed it like this. Do you know what she used to think taking a picture was? She used to do this thing. She would go like this, and then she'd be like, she'd take a screenshot.
No!
And then I asked her, I'm like, why do your pictures look like that, Mom? And she's like, that's the only way I can take one. And I'm like, you just hit the shutter button on the screen. Or you can hit the volume button. You can literally go like this, Mom, and go.
Just not both at the same time. Oh, your mom cracks me up sometimes.
She's
though.
so funny. That's what a lot of her pictures were. I actually wonder if she has one on here. I feel like
I'm sure she does.
I feel like she posted one time. Does anybody have closing thoughts about pets?
Get one if you don't have one, but only if you're going to be nice to it.
Mm-hmm. Treat it like it deserves to be treated.
Like put it a family.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. At Boss Ravioli Queens. It's on the screen for you.
Mm-hmm.
You can also email us, bossravioliqueens@gmail.com.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Yay! Till next time.